Hey there, Pete Buckwald here in Denver, Colorado. So I wanted to give a product review. Just on my doorstep the other day, I got this wonderful box from my friends at Sweetwater. I found out about the Arturia products through watching these video podcasts. I think it was by, man, who was it made by? I forget. But I remember the name of these podcasts was something like the top 20 best synthesizers of all time ever. Some weird name like that. And these guys are funny and they're British. And it was a great history about synthesizers. And as they talked about the great classic vintage synthesizers, a couple of them mentioned these guys at Arturia as making really good emulations of some of those. And so I went to the website and I downloaded a demo of their analog factory, and you could do that as well. It's a free 15-day trial, I think now, but you can check out, and the sounds are really very impressive. So just recently, I'm probably one of the first owners of this product because I had Sweetwater ship it to me as soon as they got it. Um, so in the box, you get a 49 key MIDI controller. Very handsome. This is real wood, not veneer, I don't think. But it's solid, made really well. Um, all kinds of controllers that are reflected in the software. So as you control things here, you can see things moving around. It's really neat. The reason I needed this was I needed something with a mod wheel. I bought Omnisphere by Spectrasonics, which is fantastic, but some of the sound in here, you'll need a mod wheel in order to get the most out of this plug-in. So that's one reason I upgraded from my Casio piano style controller to get something with a mod wheel on it. And sure, I could have gotten something from M Audio for $150, but it just seemed like a no-brainer to me that why not spend a little bit more and get these amazing sounds from Arturia. So it got here. I've only just recently started messing around with it, but let's take a look at it. Is there anything else I want to point out here? I don't think so. Let's just take a look at it. It has a standalone version. Let me open that up. I'm mainly turning to virtual instruments as a songwriter. So I love analog synth sounds for synth bass and maybe some arpeggio sorts of things. This thing comes with 3,500 sounds, which sounds a bit overwhelming, but there's lots of ways to sort them by instrument type, by the characteristic you're looking for. And here's the 7 synths that they've emulated. I wonder what happens if I hit this button. Nothing. I thought maybe it'd be some kind of Easter egg. Okay, so let's say I want to check out some synth bass. So you can go through all these sounds. You can sort them by complexity, by the instrument type, instrument synth, whatever you want to do. I'm a little bit confused. How come? Oh, there it is. I see what's going on. All right, let's say you find a synth sound you like. Let's say hypothetically, I really love that sound. As you go through these 3,500 sounds, when you find ones you like, you just check this box right here. And as you check these, they show up in your custom favorites list. So there it is in the favorites list. So that's a handy feature. Wonderful. Let's take a look at it in the sequencing environment. I'm usually doing that in Logic Pro. I'm sure there's a way, if I broke down and read the manual, to tell the controller that I'm using Logic, and then things like the transport control built onto the MIDI controller would work right, and things like that. I'm sure that my friends at Arturia would do that. But I also know how easy it is within Logic to open up preferences, open up key commands, and find the controls in this interface that I would like to assign to my new MIDI controller. So if I want to learn how to assign play to the transport play, I'd search for it. Where are you? Oh, there it is. So you highlight it. You'll hit. I've already done it, so I'm not going to do it again. But you hit Learn New Assignment. I can do it again. So it's waiting. Then I reach down and I hit this little triangle play button. I think that's it. So it should. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, stop, please. Okay, so it learned it. Looks like I'm okay. I think maybe did it disappear? Did I highlight the wrong one? No, I think I'm alright. So now when I reach down and I hit that triangle again, there it's playing. I assign the stop, the rewind, I think it goes back 4 bars or 8 bars. Another thing I did, you'll see those markers up there on the MIDI controller. There are, I think you can see these buttons a little closer in this picture. These have little numbers on them. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I assign those buttons to go to markers? So I just reach down and push the number 1, it goes to marker 1. Number 2, it goes to number 2. So that's kind of fun and handy. In this environment, it looks exactly the same. You just navigate to it in Logic, Audio Instruments, to the manufacturer, then open up the plugin there, and here's what it looks like. So exactly the same. Looks and it functions the same, and even all those favorites I identified when I was over in the standalone version seem to be reflected here. Yeah, they're all here. So let's take a listen to a couple more tones while we have this plugin open. Maybe some of these guys. I dig that tone. I'm going to save that to a favorite. So maybe let's try a pad. I'm going to be honest, I don't know which of these synths offer the best of the different types of sound. Let's try this choir. Okay, let's shift to a lead sound. Let's sort it by complexity, thinking maybe the best sounds are the most complex. Wonder if is there a button that I can go through the different sounds? I thought I saw a plus minus button on here. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, that's an octave plus minus. All right. I need to remember to hold the mic closer to the speaker for you. Octave up. Very cool. I like that one. Well, I hope this is a helpful glance at this product for you, and I think it'll be a nice addition to the studio here. And I think for the dollar, I think this is going to be hard to beat. I mean, you get both a physical controller and this amazing software for something in the $300 range. I suspect this is going to do well given the quality of sounds. It's fantastic. One recommendation I would make is that you read the manual. I did not. I adhered to the mail code, and I did not read the manual on installing the software, and I had problems. It sounds like I'm in the minority. I contacted customer service, and they'd never heard of the problems I was having. So the bottom line was I tried to install it to an external drive, my sample drive, and I don't think it liked that. So follow the installation instructions and you should be fine. It's a little bit tricky to get it authorized, especially if you don't read the manual. It's pretty straight ahead if you read the manual. Go step by step, do what they say. Well, I hope this has been helpful, and let me know if you end up getting this and what you think of it. And if you have any other tips for people considering buying this, please write it in the comments here. And thanks for watching the video.